Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to the YouTube channel Govind English Teacher. This is Pavitra S from Karnataka. First of all, I would like to welcome the creator of this YouTube channel and also an active, energetic, enthusiastic, creative and talented English teacher, Mr. Govind Rao from Andhra Pradesh. Welcome sir. Welcome back to your YouTube channel.
Thank you very much for your good and great words. Okay,
Yeah.
your words so make me a lot of motivation. Okay. Today, I think you are going to ask some questions regarding English
Yes sir.
pedagogy, yeah, English methodology, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes
the way
sir.
of
Yes.
teaching.
Well, in teaching learning process, we need to understand few different concepts which are very common. So these concepts may confuse teachers if we do not have clear picture of it. So today let us discuss these concepts in detail with few examples. The concepts are like
Yeah,
this: teaching approaches, teaching methods, teaching techniques, and teaching strategies. So first of all, let us take teaching approaches. Sir, could you please
yes,
explain what you mean by teaching
yes. I
approaches?
will. Yes, I'll explain everything in a nutshell. I don't like to
Yeah,
give an account of everything in broad way. Yes, in a nutshell,
yeah,
I'll explain. Okay, first of all, let me explain what approach is. An
yeah,
approach is a broad theoretical framework. An approach is a broad theoretical framework. Under this approach comes all other things because these terms are very, very, very near, but we can't differentiate. So, as being a teacher of English language, so we have to differentiate. But actually, in general, we use the same. And when you come to the method, a method is a specific teaching approach. See, so an approach is a theoretical framework, whereas a method is a specific teaching approach. So they are very similar. And when we come to the technique, a technique is a practical application of a method. See here, a technique is a practical application of a method. So there is a relation. When you come to the strategy, is a plan of action used by learners to achieve their learning goals. This is the strategy. So all the terms are very, very, very near to one another. So they are interrelated one word. But all this comes under the approach that it is a broad theoretical framework. No? So it's all the
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please briefly explain how different approaches which you follow in your
yes.
class hmm, to teach,
Yeah, yeah.
to deal with your
Yeah,
students.
yes.
What are the
I will
approaches
try
you come
to.
across?
Yes. So, being a teacher of English language, and one should have to acquaintance all these terms and technical words. And first of all, let me say that is grammar. The first and foremost stuff is old. You can say it is a traditional method and a grammar translation method, and it was introduced in 19th century, I think. And so this grammar translation method, in this method involves a focus on grammar rules and translation between the student's native language and English. So here the student has to memorize some grammar rules. Based on the rules, he has to learn language. So this is it is often used to learn the classical. It can be helpful for the developing reading and writing skills in grammar transit method. So lot of focus is given only under reading and writing, but whereas the speaking and listening failed. So that's reason it is an old method. It is a traditional method, that is the grammar transit method. So once we were taught in that method when we were learn. Now, the second method I come to say that it is direct method. So, this direct method, teacher speaks only in English language. The students learn through the immersion and context. So, here that student has to immerse and that the learning can be done by contextually, and this approach can help students develop the listening and speaking skills. This direct method is quite opposite of grammar translation method. So this is the best method to learn. And when you come to the third method, that is called the communicative language teaching. So here, this method, what we call emphasizes what we call real life situations, real life communications. So here, a lot of focus on developing on only communication skills, fluency rather than accuracy. So in this communicative approach, we have to develop the fluency, but not accuracy. So if it is grammar translation method where we have to give a lot of importance only the accuracy. In communicative approach, the fluency is important. The fluency is given a pivotal role, a predominant role. We have to speak something. We have to try to express our opinion, ideas, and feelings. So here we don't, we should not think about whether it is right or not. Now, its accuracy is not given important. This is what we call communicative approach. Then come to that fourth one. In this communicative approach, and one more thing is there, it often involves the the peer group work, and students are encouraged to use English to express their own ideas and opinions. And the last the The fourth method is task-based language teaching. So it involves a creative task or a project work that complete that required theme, and to use English, and it is a what you call practical way. It is used in a business and a professional language training. It is an advanced way of learning, but we are not following. But it depends upon the task-based language. Now the fifth one is content-based. So in this method, in this approach, the students of English, they learn English through specific subject. That means by studying law, by studying medicine, by studying social studies. So they try to learn English, but his content is important. By studying the content, one can learn English language. This is also advanced way of learning. It requires a lot of what we call knowledge for that. The last but not least, this is the audio lingual method. So in this audio lingual method, it involves focus on and repeat and memorize of a small phrase or a sentences. So by repeating, by memorizing small phrases and sentences, one can learn in this audio lingual method. So according to these six methods, some other ways methods are there, and some of four
Yeah.
or five methods are there. But
Yes,
what
sir.
generally we follow in all these six methods. But
What are the methods you are following? Because you told these six methods are very important. I am following all these things.
yes,
Yeah, at
yes.
what context you are going to use all these? Are you going to apply six methods in the class, or how do you select the methods
First of
in the
all,
class?
I try to use my the bilingual method, because most of our students
Yeah,
are they come from the rural areas. The parents are uneducated. They don't have such that much English environment. That's reason
yeah.
generally we teach language in their mother
That
tongue
is the
first.
major
After
problem.
that,
Yeah,
yeah,
in
yeah.
all over
Because
India, we are
yeah,
facing in our
oh,
government schools.
we are
Yeah,
all teachers. We can teach the English direct method. What will happen? No, they show their white faces. So that's it. Then we have to
yeah,
come down the level of the students. So I have to teach in their mother tongue. In this lecture, we have to use so code mixing and code switching. That means so the students can't speak entire English. So they use there may be some mother tongue influences. They use their native languages. So we have to give encourage. So we shouldn't correct then and there, and let them. We have to give ample of opportunity to talk, to express that thing. And in
yeah,
that juncture, we shouldn't correct then and there, and we shouldn't discourage,
yeah.
and
Yes,
let
yes.
them speak by using code
Yeah,
mixing, and
let them
code switching. That
use,
means using some words. yeah,
bilingual, yeah,
some
judicious.
they will
Let
try
them
to use
use
their
mother tongue.
mother
Yeah.
tongue. Yeah, yeah. I have the let them use the language. Judiciosity, caliber, ability of the students. I will try to use my own method. So
Yes.
I'll
Yes.
change my paradigm. That what paradigm shift according to the capacity of the
Need,
learners. I
interest,
use it.
and level of the students. We have
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
implement few changes in the class.
Yeah,
Yeah.
implement.
That's
But
what you're going to.
we
Yeah.
can't.
Take up.
We should not apply the particular method. But 6 months are there. So according to the students' level, when the situation demands, we have to use the
Yeah.
appropriate and that suitable method, and by which we can reach and catch and teach our students in a good way. So we have to use because the teacher himself is a methodology, is a textbook, is a Bible and Bhagavad Gita. So the teachers knows so which method is suitable for their for his for her students. So it is depends upon the teachers, the dedication, the teachers, the passion towards the teaching. Okay, but now what happened? No, so all our teachers are and preparing our students to write examination. So what happened? The main aim of English learning and day by day it's getting it's not up to mark. But the main aim of
Yeah.
English language, the student has to speak spontaneously and without errors and confidently, effectively, efficiently. How it is possible? But we are giving only knowledge to try to attend the examination. So the opinion of the teacher should be changed, and the government is also focusing nowadays. We have to make our students to speak to compete the world level competition. Because we are living in the age of competition and we are living in the rat racing world. So if we not able to make our student to speak, what will happen, and they can't reach their targeted goal. So that's reason, and we have to focus more communication skills rather than reading and writing and making them to write
Yes, sir.
examination. So that depends upon the interest of the student. That depends upon the passion of the teacher. So that can be possible. Yeah, yeah. So
What
this
are
is
the strategies you are using to make your students pay attention towards English language, sir? What are your
yes.
strategies, few
Generally,
techniques,
I
tricks,
never
and
directly go to
styles
the
you are
lesson.
going to, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I
how you
will
are attracting your
talk.
students towards
Yeah,
English language? Do they
yeah. Generally, I
communicate in
follow.
English with you?
Yeah, generally I'll ask general questions. I don't open the textbook. I don't say today I'm going to talk this. I never just give any title and a name. Just I'll come to classroom. Some coming to the classroom. Just I will have a small conversation, day-to-day activities. So like that, I want to trigger and I want to mobilize, motivate toward the lesson. After 5 minutes, then I'll come to that. And I never
Yeah,
directly
that
come
is
to the
very
lesson. So
important.
you can say that's
Before
what we call
starting the
motivation, trigger.
class, we
Yeah, yeah.
have to get their attention towards the subject or
First of all,
towards the class. Yeah.
to make them
Y-
uh, to
if we do
to
not
grab their
take their
mind.
attention, there is no use
Which
of
I okay.
teaching for 40 minutes. Remaining 40
Yeah.
minutes will be wasted. So that the first 5 minutes is very very important. We have to get their
So
attention towards us.
law of readiness is very important before we going to teach
Yeah,
anything.
first,
Law of readiness that
yes.
make them to ready. So when they're ready, when they're tuned, and we can make it like we can make any song. First of all, let their brains, the tender hearts, the tender brains to be tuned. Then we can play like anything. So that's what we have to do. For that only, the teacher must have a lot of patience, a lot of passion,
Yeah.
and a lot of what we call oral knowledge. Okay, and I have to talk about the interest of students. Okay, so always students try to listen. Whatever the teachers what will speaks, but that should be related to the student. But if we talk other than the student, no, they won't pay an attention. That's the reason we have to come down the level of the student and try to
Yeah.
respect the student and give the importance of the students, and we have to understand the souls or the minds of the students. So then we can make anything. So without having all the things, any method we can't. Whatever the
Yeah.
method you follow, but simple it's nearly waste
Doesn't
of
work. Yeah.
that
It
is
will never
actually
work,
then.
sir. Yes.
So I have to check according to the student's level, according to the situation. They have to think and I have to think. They have to link all the things up to the
Yes.
students. Okay, that's what I
Yes,
follow. What
sir.
I've been following for a long time. So this
Yes,
is my
sir.
method. Okay, and so I will change the time to time according to the situation, according to the class. If it is a class, I'll teach. I'll follow one method. If it is a 10th class, I'll follow another method. If it is English medium and Telugu medium, that means regional language medium. So according to the medium and according to the level of the students, the
Context.
class.
Yeah.
So I'll use
Situation.
the different
Content.
techniques
Yeah.
and
You're going to
strategies.
change the methods. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I've been doing. Yeah, yeah. Mm.
Yes, yeah, you
Yes.
are really doing a great job, sir. Yeah, actually,
Uh,
as we are a teacher, we have to, follow up methods and we have to change the strategies, techniques, methods, approaches day by day. Huh? No, according to the context, situation, and all. So you are the, example for that. You are doing it, sir. Yeah, like all, of us take you as inspiration and follow the methods like you. Yes, yeah.
yeah,
Today you briefly, explained all the approaches, strategies, techniques, and methods of
yeah.
teaching and learning process, and also few methods which you are going to follow in the class, like direct method, bilingual method, grammar translation method, structural method, and all.
And the communicative
I
approach.
hope,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
communicative approach and all. Yeah, I hope
And
it will really
audio
help all
lingual.
the
Okay.
teachers. Yeah, yes, sir, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you,
It will,
madam, for
it will be
asking thought
really
provoking
useful
questions.
for the
Yeah.
teachers. Yes, sir, yes, yes. Thank you, sir. Thank
Okay.
you for sharing all these things. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much for coming to my live session and asking